Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. I said I wasn't going to give you another one today, but you know what? I had to squeeze one more in because this is a pretty notable release, especially for collectors and people who love this band are going to want to have this and get it at all costs. So here we have Pink Floyd, Fillmore West 1970, the San Francisco broadcast 2 CD set. And this is now being made available from Left Field Media. All right, so how much you think of this sort of release. There's lots of us who listen to all these kind of weird archival, albums releases that come out from the vaults, and they're not all of them are always like officially endorsed by the bands and whatnot, and I'm not quite sure, to be honest, about this particular one. I know most people who are big Pink Floyd fans, these recordings have been surfacing throughout the years, throughout the decades, but now we have somewhat of an official release, right? Again, Left Field Media, total running time 130 minutes, just released recently, and this is from a live FM broadcast recorded at the Fillmore West in San Francisco, California, 29th of April, 1970, 2 discs, right? So there we have. All right, let's take a look on the inside. You got the 2 CDs there, and you have a booklet, not a lot of information, right? So basically some little bit of commentary about the evening. All right, cool concert poster there, which is always pretty neat, but that's basically about all you get. It's kind of bare bones. Music, though, is pretty damn incredible. So if you are a Pink Floyd fan and what you really like are those glorious 70s albums filled with sensational tracks and radio hits and all that kind of stuff, or maybe you like the more commercial sounds of the late 80s, the early 90s, or maybe you love Dark Side of the Moon, The Wall, and maybe Wish You Were Here and stuff like that, but haven't really dipped your toes into the out of this world crazy psychedelic sounds of the band circa the late 60s and into the very early 70s, may want to proceed with caution on this, all right? Because this is Pink Floyd at their psychedelic jammiest best. Jammiest best? Is that a term? I don't know. If it's not, it is now. And this is a kind of like greatest hits of their really early stuff, and more specifically you have kind of like the introduction of the live circuit of some of the tracks from Umaguma, as well as the soon to be released Atom Heart Mother, which I think is really cool, right? So this is all that early really weird Floyd stuff. This is totally spacey. It's really good. It's a really good recording. I mean, I think it sounds really good, and there's some great material on here, and everything is expanded. So there's not a ton of like conventional vocals on here. This is just all sorts of lengthy, weird and wacky guitar and keyboard freakouts, and like the heavy meditative drumming and the droning bass, and Roger Waters doing these weird little vocalizations at times, and some of these screams and things like that. Once I read the track list, you'll understand why. So you got on disc 1, the first half of the set, you got Grantchester Meadows, which is roughly 7 minutes long, and that moves into Astronomy Domine, or Astronomy Domine, however you pronounce that, right? And that's just over 10 minutes long. Really good. Cymbeline is up next. Tremendous on here. Really, really good. And then we've got 20 minutes of Atom Heart Mother. So just imagine you're sitting there in the Fillmore West on, what did I say? This was April 29th, 1970, and you have yet to hear the Atom Heart Mother album, and all of a sudden, boom, here they go and play the lengthy title suite. And you're kind of like, all right. And judging by the very quiet crowd that you hear on the recording from this particular night, my guess is most of the people in attendance were pretty, whacked out on some kind of drug or another, because they're, and with the music, I could just imagine like half the crowd are all just kind of like, just totally getting into it, and perfect music for that situation, right? Closing out disc 1 is a very cool Embryo, which is just under 12 minutes long. So you got an hour's worth of music on disc 1 alone. Disc 2, you got Green is the Color, which starts things off, and that's, pretty short and sweet. And then we go into more epics, right? So then we go to what might be my favorite track on this album, this live album, Careful with That Axe Eugene, which is, again, just under 12 minutes long. Absolutely tremendous. I mean, it just got all sorts of weirdness going on, some really wild metallic David Gilmour guitar soloing and noises and all sorts of stuff, and there's weird keyboard effects throughout the entire set from Richard Wright. Mason's drums are off the charts. You got Roger Waters, like I said, doing all sorts of weird little vocalizations here, there, and everywhere. Very cool. Then you got Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun at 16 minutes long. It comes in right after that. Gets better. Then you've got A Saucer Full of Secrets, 22 minutes and change after that. Yes, we're going to the surface of Venus on these recordings here. I mean, that's literally, this is just way out there, Pink Floyd. If this was what you like from Floyd, that really early, daring, psychedelic, space rocky stuff, this whole thing is that. And then finishing things off with another real highlight of the whole set is Interstellar Overdrive, which again is just over 15 minutes long. And total running time of 70 minutes on disc 2. I mean, if you're a fan of this era, like I said, this is going to be something you're going to want to get your hands on sooner rather than later. So very, very cool stuff. Again, this is not your everyday listen, Pink Floyd. This is when you got, 2 hours to kind of listen to some really chilling, freak out, psychedelic Pink Floyd. That's this. All right. Don't put this on at your next family barbecue. Don't put this on when you got mom and dad coming over to visit, because they're going to be like, what in the F are you listening to? So, but if you're kind of by yourself, it's late at night, maybe you got a couple candles on and you're setting the mood with whatever you set the mood with, pop this on and journey to another planet. That's basically this. So there you have it. Pink Floyd, Fillmore West, 1970, the San Francisco broadcast double disc set. Like I said, it is on Left Field Media. You should be able to go find this in most of your normal places. I believe if you go over to lasercd.com, our good buddy Ken Golden, who appears each and every week in the prog seat here, I believe he's selling these, so you should be able to get yourself a copy. So check it out. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Did I say Twitter? I've decided I'm not going to say Twitter anymore, but I'm just so used to saying it. I just did. Like I said, weirdness going on with Twitter, and I frankly never use it, so it doesn't make sense to promote it, because we don't do much on Twitter on Sea of Tranquility. I haven't posted anything in a couple of years, so need to just cut that out of the dialogue, 'cause it doesn't make sense. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow on the Monsters Den. And of course, we will also see you Friday morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff, Saturday with the UK Connection, and Sunday on Album Homework Assignment. Lots coming up. Also, hope to get to you ranking the albums of John Lennon today or tomorrow. That's happening. So thanks, everybody, and we'll see you also each and every morning with Perfect Album Side, because that's the show we're doing all month long. And thanks for everything. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell. We also have the links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as the link to our merch page where you can get all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility stuff to wear out proudly and help spread the word. So thanks, I'm Pete. We'll see you here real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.